12 and a half hours to Hong Kong, then 8.5 hours to, I think, Brisbane. We got there, played the show, then left the next day, all the way back around to the States. So went around the whole globe for one show in Australia. We were in the twilight zone, for sure. We didn't know where we were. What's up, y'all? It's Mitchell Tenpenny, and this is The High Notes. Today, I'm gonna be talking about my upbringing in country music. I'm born and raised here in Nashville, Tennessee. I've grown up in country music. I've grown up in the entire industry of Nashville country music. So as a kid, I've been obsessed with it. You know, you go through high school and college, and I was in bands and rock bands, and then you come back home because the songwriting, the way we write songs and tell stories in country music has always been where my heart is. No matter how much I played other genres or did different things, it was always back home to me, country music. When I would sit up, pick up an acoustic guitar, that's what I would start to write. So I'd say somewhere in college was where it really hit me. It's like, dude, this is where I belong. So my grandmother, she worked her way up from receptionist to president of Sony Publishing in Nashville. Signed everyone back in the day. I mean, Brooks and Dunn, she signed them to their publishing deal. And I got to see that as a young age. I got to see songwriters from a very young age. My mom still works at Sony Publishing, working with songwriters. And so I fell in love with the songwriting portion of this town so early. I thought they were the coolest people in the world, the best, still do. I just wanted to be a songwriter more than anything. So seeing the business side as a young kid, even though I wasn't thinking that would be my future necessarily, I was just kind of engulfed in it, and it was just kind of becoming part of my blood, and ended up being something that I honestly just had no choice in doing. It was just part of what I do and what I've seen. And so I'm definitely very lucky to have grown up in it and learned a lot about it, but it's changing so fast. This industry changes so quick. It's good to have the experience, but more than that, it's good to have the love and the passion for it first, so that you can ride with every wave that comes. I have a great family. I'm very lucky. I love my family, and I think that structure, that stability helps. I mean, I have a lot of friends that moved here to Nashville to pursue music, and their families told them, don't do it, it's stupid. You know, and not having that backing could be hard. That's one extra thing that you got on your shoulders. And so not having that weight, having the freedom to explore and see who I am and what I am and what kind of songwriter I am, and that freedom is priceless, and that comes from my family. And I'm extremely grateful for that, because I don't know how I would have handled it if I thought that I was disappointing them. You never want to disappoint your family, and so that could have helped change a trajectory for sure. But I didn't have that, man. So I think it's all inspired by them. I'm a songwriter at heart first. It's got to start there before you can perform it. So songwriting is the love of my life for sure. It always will be. I'm a songwriter, and so the process of creating a song out of nothing is always going to be, what touches me the most. But I love being on stage and performing them. Yeah. If a song's got a chance to get out the world, period, whether it's me or not, I'm like, give the song, I'll write another. I've never been like, this song's got to be mine. If there's somebody that really wants to cut it or is passionate, by all means. It's just the way I am. I want the music out there. So I love people's takes on my songs as well. It's always refreshing to me and gives me that endorphin exploding in my brain when that happens. It's like, oh wow, someone liked these lyrics enough to put their version on it. It's always something special. So I love getting outside cuts as much as I love cutting my own stuff. It really is just let's get it out there for me. Learning to work with other creatives when you're just starting can be a little difficult, but everyone's so professional here, and when you get to that point where you've been doing it and you're meeting new people every day, you learn how to respect each other's opinions and craft a song. It's an art in itself, co-writing is, and so it generally goes pretty well for us, and I think you stick with the ones that just have that extra little spark, that extra vibe, and you can do it again more and more.
What is the story about you flying from Tokyo to Australia? What happened?
Oh yeah, we got to do a European tour last year, which was awesome. First time over there, Germany and London, Ireland, Scotland, everywhere, the Netherlands. Man, it was so much fun to get to experience that culture and to see the excitement of country music over there. Like, people singing your songs back across the globe is nuts. The feeling is awesome. But at the end of that tour, we had one show in Australia. So over in Europe, I think we were in Glasgow and flew 12 and a half hours to Hong Kong, then 8.5 hours to, I think, Brisbane. And for one show, technically 2 days, I guess, we got there, played the show, then left the next day, all the way back around to the States. So went around the whole globe for one show in Australia, and it was, we were in the twilight zone for sure. We didn't know where we were, except when we went on stage. It was nuts. The fans were crazy, and it was like everything just kind of sucked in, the exhaustion, whatever, jet lag, whatever you want to call it. It was like, it was gone. And the second you get off stage, it's like, where are we again? Like, so I'm so excited to be going back to Australia to actually get a chance to soak it in, see what's really going on, because that was a crazy trip around the world, literally, in a matter of 2 days. I remember drinking beer out of a boot and people singing songs. That's like the most of Australia I remember, man, because it was so quick. But I remember it was so much fun, man, and the passion they have there for country music is undeniable. So that's why we're going back and getting to go with Luke Combs, baby. Come on. Getting to see people react to your music it's why you do it. It truly is. It's why you pick up a guitar as a kid. When people are singing back your songs, there's no better feeling in the world.
How do you stay connected with your fans while on tour?
Yeah, man, I try, I read as much as I can, like comments on all the posts and everything. And I see that, and I see the people that are commenting and sharing stories about what songs do for them. And I mean, that means the world to me. We also do VIPs where, we get to hang out and answer questions and talk to people and get that more one-on-one connection. So, which I love to meet, and I love to hear people's stories. That's always one of the coolest parts, when someone will come and say what a song did for them. Like that, that's what it's all about too. So just try to stay connected and grounded that way, because without them, we don't exist or have a job. So I love to hear those stories. It helps light a fire for sure.
Now let's talk about this album, because this is your third full-length album. What inspired you to focus on the theme being the third generation of your family?
Yeah, man, unfortunately, I've lost my father and my granddad already, but I am the third. They gave me the name, their same name as them. I'm James Mitchell Tenpenny. That was their name, and so I kind of wanted to pay homage to them and say thank you for believing in me. And it was my third major record, so it just kind of all worked out together. I love the way the third sounds, and I wanted to write a song about where I come from, how I got my name, and we all come from somewhere, and I just wanted to express that I'm very grateful that they chose to give me that name, and I want to leave it better than I got it. What I want to get across the most is that I'm authentic. This is who I am. This is the music I love. The songwriting, like I said, that's where the country part is for me. The way we tell the story of the songwriting, that's country, but I love all genres and try to blend them into that country songwriting. So I box it all around that. And so we have all different styles into the country songwriting, and that's me, that's who I am. Vulnerability is as authentic as it gets, and that's the most important thing in the world to me. I want people to feel something when they hear it. Like when my favorite artists, when I feel something when I hear the lyrics, and being vulnerable does that. I think we all crave emotions, we have them, and I think those feelings come from people being, oh, he's being real, he's being vulnerable with me. I believe that, I believe what he's saying, and so that all encompasses what I'm saying about authenticity. Vulnerable kind of goes hand in hand with that. Those are my high notes. Thanks to the CMA for having me. Make sure you like and subscribe for more.
There you go.
Did it work?
Get you visuals here. Yeah. Add the clap sound later.